Welcome to Essential Ingredients. I am Justine Reichman, your host. How has COVID impacted your ability to be able to produce such a good quality product and meet the demand? That's why we're all here having this conversation and really just trying to use this platform to give founders and consumers access to more information. By doing what I do, by providing the access to the information and enabling other people to make more informed choices, I inherently am now making more informed choices myself.
It used to be Danone and Nestle and Kellogg's, the big players, had everybody's trust and they made decisions for everybody. And then you had millennials and Gen Z sort of saying like, I don't trust you. You have burned the bridge with me way too many times. And now these small founders who are being treated like rock stars and getting all this venture capital money because consumers are really forming relationship bonds and loyalty bonds with these new brands that really reflect the consumer's values moving forward.
We are now spending twice as much on healthcare than we are on food. Just in 1960, those numbers were flipped. We were spending 3 times as much on food as we were on healthcare. And so we see this crashing agricultural system concurrent with this failing medical system. And I do believe that if we can make our doctors more literate in agriculture, then we can change the world with that idea.
In terms of like challenges, if you think about like, okay, how do I get a customer, right? The customer acquisition the cost of it is very high. It's really hard because here there's so many competition, hundreds and thousands of brands, good brands, local, international brands, trying to get shelf space. Those are the main struggle right now because the way things were 20 years ago, it's not like that right now.
Right.
You know, 20 years ago, we didn't have all these brands. We didn't have all these options.
A social enterprise is not a good investment for most investors, right? It's a very low return and the prospect of a big liquidity event is probably not going to happen. And so it's a perfect candidate for sort of a philanthropic hybridization of investment because it can pay back its obligations. It just can't pay them back on the big hockey stick that we all think about here in Silicon Valley. And so I started looking into that and went, well, wait a minute. There's a lot of money that can support a company like that. And so really it's about plumbing the system.
A good example I like to give is a company that makes baby carrots. They're just shaving down large carrots to make baby carrots. There's a company that we work with that over the course of 2 months, they have over 40 million pounds of carrot shavings. So that just gives people a rough idea of the amount of product that's going to waste just because people don't have a typical idea of where they should end up. So we'll dehydrate that and we'll sell it as carrot powder to a variety of companies.